No frills. Here we are, keeping it simple today. Keeping it. The world is too crazy for people to be trying to get dressed up. Like I'm in mourning. I had a different outfit on, and it terrified the neighbor's dog, so I had to change. And I figured I'd put on this Juneteenth T-shirt because there's some interesting stuff happening in the Black community right. So actually, you know what? Is there any way we can maybe grab uh I'd like to go over, can we go over some excerpts from the documentary? We don't have to show anything. We can just play a little audio maybe.
Yeah.
Could we do that?
Yeah, give me a second.
But we would need to hook it up to an
Yeah,
audio source,
yeah,
right?
turn that on, yeah.
Okay. Because you would have to link it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in the building? Hey, Margie Fluffy. What happened? You lost your membership? Or is this just another account? Hey, baby girl Tay is here, coming through. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Carla. Earbuds are ready. Never Your Angel. Hey, Reese. Chi-Town in the building. I don't know what y'all. How are y'all faring with? How is Chicago feeling about gay these days? I'm curious. I'd like to hear that from someone. Hey, Alina. Good to see you back. I know your phone was broken a couple of
Is
days
that
ago,
bottom
so
one
I guess
working?
you got it. Yeah, I think so. I believe so. Hey, Auntie Leah. Yes, yes, yes. And understand this, we are a predominantly members only community. We usually only allow members to talk in the chat. But today, since we're so close, we figured we'd leave it to subscriber mode. Um, and who knows, maybe we'll get to that 100K today. We're only a couple hundred away. So, oh, we got a super chat going on. And I love how you're getting deep into all of the
Did it connect? Which one did it
your
connect to?
condolences.
It probably connected to that.
Yes, so I'm gonna. Well, that's why I'm going to shut this down. Okay, it's off. I'm not sure what we're saying condolences to. I feel like I lost something. I'm so far behind. And hey, Lauren Love, welcome. Miss Cat, Sonia, hello. Pat Blair's in the house. Yvonne, Miranda, Erica, hey, welcome. Um, French Connection Mamas, hi, hi. Ayo there. That's an interesting name. Um, Carmel is in the building. Kidori, hello, welcome. JT, Claudia. Yeah. Now see, there we go. Here's ACG. Woo woo. 9 months. No, seriously. Our members community is pretty dope. We have a lot of great growing, budding, and awesome content creators that are growing in our community. Auntie Leah, she's about to get her plaque as 100K content creator plus. I think she's almost on her way to 150K. Let's see. Latoya's here. So you guys know this isn't often. We don't do this very often. Who all do we got? All right, we got a lot of people in here. So, hey, Venezuela, welcome, welcome. And salute, Paris. Ninjas in Paris. Boy, that song. So, I don't know. Where do we begin?
And I wish these weirdos would stop tagging my channel when they weirdo ass videos. But other than that, where do we start? What do you want to start with the
Goals. I'm really hoping we get there today. It would be great if we could. I mean, 100K,
where's it at?
that would be interesting for me because usually they've tried to find a way to stop me from getting anywhere with my channels, but here we are. We are right on the precipice
What's it called?
of that moment. We getting there.
In who's ass?
Oops.
And that's what he should call it.
Stop. How do I feel about Candace?
In who's ass?
Ah, okay, so there's a perfect. All right, so there's a lot going on in the world, in the wizard, and we're gonna get started with just a couple hot topics. Okay, so I don't feel the need to respond to everybody that has something to say to or about me, especially not on YouTube. Most of it is done just to create some kind of fake beef or engagement or to give a weirdo a reason to start talking about you or create something so that they don't have to feel like stalkers for talking about you because you don't acknowledge them. And so I guess I want to start by addressing this because it's kind of like a two for one. So what was it? 2.5 days ago? It was Wednesday night, I think. Um, a message had come in on the comments, and it said, sorry about what's going on with Ramir. Whoop de whoop de woo. Do I have that correct?
I think
Or
so.
something like that. And it was really interesting because I had no idea what they were talking about. None at all.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm on mute. I didn't even realize. Okay, here we go. Breaking update. Once upon a time, I kind of had I had higher hopes for certain content creators. I'm not going to get into a whole bunch. But what I realize is the firmer you stand in your purpose, the more it shakes other people out of what their intentions are. Would you agree?
Mhm.
So, you know, as you can see, this is a 909,000 subscriber platform. Um, they've been around for a while. They're from the East Coast. They're from the Philadelphia area. They're Jersey boys, but they're from the Philadelphia area. And somebody has said to me that they was on the take for Rock Nation. I didn't want to believe them. But the longer I stayed on YouTube, the more I realized that a lot of content creators that were, you know, talking to me and pretending to be supportive of me, they were really only in it for the information. They were pumping me and prying me for information so that they could give it to whoever they wanted to give it to, or whoever was paying them to get information out of me, whoop de whoop de whoop, whatever. I've had a few interviews with these guys. And I never called them out until this year. Never. Never called them out. Not once. I'm not going to tell people how to run their platforms. And I'm grateful to anybody who shared their platform with me to get information out. That I appreciate. But this year they did something that I thought was kind of crappy. And I had no choice but to call it out. And I wasn't the only person to call it out. A lot of people called it out. And this is when they made it very clear that they are on the take for Rock Nation, in my opinion. They invited Ramir Satterwhite to sit with them, to talk about his case, to talk about what was going on. Um, they pretended to be decent with him. They pretended to be, unbiased to a certain extent. Uh, they kind of did the same crap that Trasha K did with Demore Hadley. It was kind of like that kind of interview. Not as pretentious and not as insidious, low key. But then they turned around, damn near like immediately, like what, 48 hours later, and they were slamming him, talking about what what did they call him? They called him a Timu. They called him Jay-Z's Timu child. Afternoon. So, yeah, Auntie Leah. So, it just kind of it pissed me off because I'm like, if you don't believe him, that's fine. If you feel as though, being pro Jigga Man is what you want to do, that's fine. But to call somebody a Timu child, and these are grown adult men talking about another man who's trying to get an answer to a question that his mother was trying to get confirmed before she passed away. Like, I think a lot of people tend to forget that Ramir's mother passed away while she was on the phone with the judge trying to get the paternity order granted so that she could show her son that what she had been telling him his whole life was true. I want you to think about how traumatic that must be for him. His mother died on the phone with a judge yelling at her saying, "You need to let this go," allegedly. Hola. I really want y'all to think about that. That's how he lost his mom. Until her dying breath, she was trying to make sure that he was acknowledged. Like, literally till her dying breath. Now, I've heard some people say that I talked about this because I hate the Jigga Man. I talked about this because I just wanted to put something negative on him. And everybody that supported him, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be, whoop de whoop de whoop. So, yeah, all of a sudden, here we go. Now, there's a few content creators that ran with this story. You want to know what else I thought was funny? Murad. Because Murad ran with this story as well. Talking about how relieved Jay-Z must be that it's finally over, that it was dismissed with prejudice and whoop-de whoop-de whoop and yada 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 and so on and so forth. But then he came back and turned around once the truth hit and started, how dare you people call yourself journalists and you're spreading lies and you're spreading lies. So I'm glad. Unfortunately, he was one of the first people to jump on it. So I don't know. It's funny. when you see somebody fart and then move to the other side of the room real quick to pretend as though they not the one that just laid that fart. Like that's how that feels for me. You know what I mean? Like that's how that rolls for me. You farted, and before anybody realized you fart, you run to the other side of the room. That's kind of how that feels to me. No, the case wasn't.
He just I'm trying to let me download it. He just
Rymir, Rymir is on Twitter defending himself yet again. His godmother Lily Coley, who Dr. Lil, keeping it real with Dr. Lil here on YouTube, she has also spoken about it. What I find funny is that there was no this the case.
here. I'm sending it.
It had absolutely nothing to do with paternity. This was about. Hold on a second.
This right here. I just sent you what he tweeted about. You want to read it?
Uh-oh.
Let me stop sending stuff in the middle. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
See, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is the document. All right.
The record in New Jersey family court case found void for lack of jurisdiction. So he says Coley, on behalf of Ray Meir, has announced that the record in Coley versus Sean Carter and Wanda Sadaway, that's the docket number in New Jersey family court, is void ab initiatio, no from inception, because the court lacked subject matter jurisdiction from the start. It says, according to transcript filing, the family uh, part explicitly stated that it had no jurisdiction over the matter, yet continued to issued orders for more than a decade. Those actions, Dr. Coley contends, created a tainted and fraudulent record, a record that cannot lawfully be sealed or used to conceal judicial or attorney misconduct.
Hmm. Now, excuse me. That's not a paternity case, is it? It doesn't sound like it has anything to do with a paternity case.
Lack of subject matter jurisdiction. Court had no authority to hear or decide the case at all.
It's a completely different matter altogether. But I find it funny how people aren't starting to realize that people are literally just running with whatever headline they want to run with. Now, maybe these people just aren't that intelligent. Maybe they saw the word paternity in there and just assumed that that's what this was about, but it wasn't. This was a jurisdictional.
and it's
matter.
reconsideration.
And it's under reconsideration.
Well, the California case is on
The
reconsideration.
California case. So there's multiple layers, but I think Dr. Lil and Rymir have been saying for months now that what they're fighting in court is not paternity. They've been saying this for months. For months. The paternity issue is not what's being addressed in court. Fraud, harassment, other things are being addressed in court. So when you see content creators who decide to create cute little thumbnails and start, spitting out lies, because essentially that's what this is. The question is, are they going to print a retraction?
Probably not.
Are they going to say, you know what? We were a little hasty. We were wrong. Or were they given orders to put this out there because people are doing whatever they have to do to try to create whatever kind of perception they want to create. Now, Rock Nation has been spared from Demore's suit. It's funny how every one of these suits that have a RICO attached to it, the RICO, the company is always protected. People are always protecting everything. See, I don't think y'all get it. One thing begets another, begets another, begets another, begets another. If any one of these companies gets hit with a RICO that a judge will let through, the entire industry will crumble. And everybody's going to be like rats trying to find their way out. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be nasty, really nasty. And that's what they're trying to fight. Hey, Aubrey, welcome. So let's remember that when we see thumbnails and headlines like this, why don't we go to the source first before we start doing thumbnails? I mean, they probably can't go to Rymir after the way they tried to play him out and ask him anything anymore. So it would probably be best that they just, you know, stop picking for boogers. Because that's literally the equivalent of this video. Them picking for boogers. It's yeah. Somebody said something about I don't talk about Rymir anymore. It it's not about me talking about Rymir. If I know that they're fighting for something and I offer my prayer and my support, that's what it is. I'm not trying to make this young man's very, very, very difficult situation content. Like do we support the Demore Hadley case? Absolutely. And guess what? The second that content creators started trying to make it seem like we were, she's not supposed to be communicating with anyone, regarding the case and stuff like that. There's a gag order, correct? Yeah. It's funny. Do we have that? Have what? Because, see, there is a content creator. Have what? What are you talking about? I ran across something and got a screenshot of it. I always find it funny when people are trying to accuse me of doing things that they're doing. Like they so desperately were trying to find a way to tank Demore's case by making it look like she was still talking to bloggers and we weren't just, getting our own stuff. If y'all notice, we post updates pretty much when everyone else does. We look at the docket, we see what's relevant. Nobody trying to make that young woman's case disappear or jeopardize it in any way. We memorialized her story at the time and we got it out there in the right amount of time. So it's there. But anything after the gag order, No bueno. Now, right now, there is something that's going on because Jessica Katie's sister is being implicated in a new matter in the court proceedings, is she not?
Yeah.
Because we got Jessica Caddy, and then her sister has been doing third party harassment
Mm-hmm.
of Demore. Now it's funny. Nobody is supposed to be going to content creators and creating smear campaigns in the midst of this court hearing, correct? So I wonder what a particular content creator is doing following her sister, Jessica Caddy's sister.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? Cause I saw you. I saw you in there.
You know, don't think she ain't getting reported. People already know.
I saw you in there. I got a screenshot of you following Jessica Caddy from Sig9's sister. You are a follower, one of her not so many followers, and all of you are content creators that are helping spread disinformation and negative information, calling Demore a liar and a nut job. Am I lying? Because that same content creator tried to accuse us of communicating
Mm-hmm.
and spreading information illegally when Demore has a gag order.
But she's in contact with the sister of yeah. Okay.
You,
I think
you.
she be worried about her own lawsuit.
Only you.
Right.
It's you. It is you. Sitting there over in Jessica Caddy's, what's her name?
Heather Wilson.
Heather Wilson. Heather, what is it? Heather Vincent?
Vincent. Yeah. That's it.
Heather Wilson Vincent. She over there in Arkansas. And she specializes in AI
And yep.
and social media.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I checked, you robot hoe, you like dibbling and dabbling in AI too. You busted. You caught red-handed. And you in there with the same avatar that you use on your channel. You're a bum. Wow. When you broke down that about Sig9 and Defending Your Freedom series, I was shook to the lens that they would. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now the sister of one of the members of the Sig9 staff is recruiting weirdo stalkers here on YouTube. Like, why would you be following her? Hmm? Why are you in her chat? Oh, oh. Oops, did we let that out? So yeah, once again, we're not trying to clout chase off of nobody else's pain. If we're working on someone's story, we're working on someone's story. Listen to me. I couldn't agree with you more. I think the easiest thing in the world for him to do to make all of this go away, if he wanted it to all go away, would to just be to produce a sample and get the test over with. You know, it's funny because I've heard people say, oh, well, if he does it for one, then a bunch of people are going to come out and say that he's their dad and then he's going to have to do this and he's going to have to do that. All he has to do is give a sample and keep a sample on file. Tell the people where to go to take the test. It's cheaper than doing all of this stuff in court, I'll tell you that. It's a whole lot cheaper. But to each his own. So yeah, it's kind of like a response. Don't believe the hype. Ain't nobody trying to bring down powerful black men. Powerful black men are bringing their own selves down with their own actions. Speaking of, that brings us to hot topic number 2 of the day.
Tie that in with Kanye because
Oh well, we gonna get there, but there's another brother. There's another brother, another powerful, rich black man that everybody's trying to bring down. Now, he sat there at his sentencing hearing, he sat there in court, you know, I've changed. Oh, Lord, I've changed.
you changed his drawers.
I've changed my ways. I've changed.
You changed his underwear.
Ooh, oh, I've changed. uh, yeah, he changed. He changed liquor brands. He used to drink Ciroc. Now he's drinking gut rot.
Mm.
From Ciroc to gut rot, that nigga don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
He can't. That's what he meant by can't stop. From
I'm
Ciroc,
sorry.
from Ciroc
To gut rot.
can't stop, won't stop.
Can't
That
stop,
needs to
won't
be.
stop.
That needs to be. Yeah, we need the AI that shit. From Ciroc to gut rot. Can't stop, won't stop. That's some funny shit. That needs to be a commercial.
Yes, doing the diddy do hop bop with the fellow inmates. Ain't life great? So I'm trying to figure out whose fault this is. Should we blame it on peer pressure? I thought he was clean and sober. This nigga got a large size bottle of fabuloso.
Damn.
He had a stash, so he could get his drink on. Get your drink on. Get your drink on. Get your drink on. Whose fault is that? Whose? What I find interesting is that the program that he got into, which he shouldn't have been able to get into, because you're not supposed to have any violence attached to your crimes. You're not supposed to have violence attached to your crimes. And we all know that there was violence attached to his crimes that he was convicted of. They showed the evidence of him whooping up on a woman and putting hands and feet on a woman in a video. The opening statements, Mark Agnifilo said himself. He's jealous and he's very violent. We have to admit that. My client is a violent man. Can y'all do me a favor? And can we get at least 250 of y'all to hit that like button? I don't know if you're subscribing, but you could be liking. Come on, let's get us to 500 likes real fast. Let's do that. So while he's doing TMZ photo shoots for the world to gain sympathy, he's also in there getting drunk. Now, this is the question, and this is the big question that I have. Is he still eligible for that program?
Oh, he is.
Well, see, there's stipulations.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be breaking.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be violating rules. Like that program is a privilege to give those who take their lives seriously another chance. He was over there in DC breaking rules the whole time too, doing stuff he wasn't supposed to do. Oh, thank you, Sylvia's daughter. Thank you so much. So I'm just curious. Like, I don't get it. Why is it that people are always, always trying to get away from taking responsibility for their actions? But everybody else, I actually had somebody come through this channel today on the TMZ video, leaving threats. Diddy's only going to do 2 years, and as soon as he gets out, he's coming for who? What's wrong with you people online? You want to sit there and say that this man is in jail for crimes that he didn't commit, yet come on my channel in my comment and make threats about crimes that you think he intends to commit as soon as he gets out of jail. How does that make sense? I'm curious. Rayford Gibson, yeah, 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 from the movie Life. Anyway, all I can say is character is character, and people are who they are. You know, it's so interesting because in the Kanye documentary, Diddy made an appearance. He was in the he was in the documentary. He walked up on Kanye at the end of one of Kanye's shows in the back tunnel, and he, oh man, oh man, oh man, that messed with my brain, man. I gotta go somewhere and get drunk. Matter of fact, maybe we should grab. Can we pull that up right fast? Because that's what he said in Kanye's documentary.
Pull up what part? Because I was to the part.
It was in the beginning.
Sure.
Yeah, it's in the beginning, like in the first 10 minutes.
I thought it was later because it was.
Go retrospectively and go back in the past and start pulling out your other flaws that you. I get excited about the impact. What's your name again? We can talk about that later. I'm a do not touch situation. Okay, so I don't want us to start. You know the last.
No, this was.
It was right around that time. Those
If I stay to work it around to get to that rap or the break. That's how we're programmed. Yes. Take a shot. Universe.
It was at the end of one of the concerts.
Let's make this.
Still, it was like
5 years old. We were house eyes. Now I'm going up that back.
We gonna get it.
And I'm just focusing on talking to you with a dog.
And same practice that
It was
always
before
used
that.
off for so
It was long before that. Yeah. Yeah, long before that.
before he went to Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll figure it out at some point.
Before Trump.
Yeah.
No.
It would have had to have been.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, it was much later.
Okay.
I'm already running.
What, the Elon Musk? Around the time where he had Elon Musk, was it? You know, it's so funny that Kanye documentary. It's his whole life is a blur.
All
So
the time is funny. You just
so much going on. But yeah, he was literally in this documentary saying, oh man, I gotta go somewhere and get drunk.
Oh, was it before Rihanna?
Around that time.
Here he is. Yeah, it was real early, right here.
I told you.
Hopping off the stage, that's one of my idols. Yeah, I felt like the dick coming out of me. I was like, that's just my swag. Talk to back then. That shit was so incredible. I was when I can't even talk myself down, even do it myself. Nigga. Real, I need to get drunk or something. That shit was crazy. I don't know.
I need to get drunk.
I need to get drunk or something.
I bet you do.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, no, I do not know Tory Outlaw. What I am going to ask is if anybody's going to come through here talking about that young woman, a very confused young woman who allegedly is on pharmaceuticals and being pimped out by that white woman that she calls a mother, which allegedly is also her lover. If you're going to come through here talking about her, can you at least come through here talking about her using her real name? Her name is Tori Outlaw, and she is not Tupac's bastard child. And though I do believe she is a victim of some things, I think she's nothing more than a skilled disinformation. It's sad because a lot of the information that she's sharing is real, and that's why it's so easy for people to believe her. The question is how she was able to get all of that information. Because the woman that she's running with is a disgraced former CPS worker who impeded upon her mother's life. She was involved with not just Tori, but her other sister too. There's a lot going on there. She is most definitely a victim. I just don't believe she's a victim of any of the people that she's saying she's a victim of.
She might be a victim of Akon because her timeline aligns up with that story where Akon and Suge. I read about it some like a year
Possibly.
ago. Yeah, that
Possibly.
might be, but ain't no telling. Maybe she, inserted herself in that.
She sat there and did a whole money grab campaign a month and a half ago, implicating every member of her maternal family, and including her great grandparents, who she never met, and said that they were all abusing her when she was a minor. Not even a minor, an infant. A lot of people wanted to believe Tory Outlaw. I was out with the Tupac thing. I was out. I wasn't going to listen to it. And I know that there's a lot of AI videos that they're running now where they're running her and me in it. No, no, not at all. They're also talking about she was on the, what did they say? They said the Tory Outlaw was witness number 3, was Jane Doe number 3. That's a lie. No, she was not. She was not Jane Doe number 3. She was never on the witness list at all. If Albie Shore wasn't on the witness list, Natanya Rubin was writing the judge, wasn't on the witness list. There's a lot of people that should have been on that witness list. Kanye West should have been on that witness list. He got mentioned, showed up to court, and then never heard about it again. Then the next thing you know, his documentary was coming out. You know what? When did his documentary come out exactly? Because, see, today, as we get into the conversation, the main event. Okay, this was released. How funny is that? September 19th, 2025. Hey, Natanya, welcome. Welcome, sis. If that woman wasn't on the witness list, there's no way Tori Outlaw was going to be on no witness list. She made up some crap story about jurisdiction, which wasn't true. So that part was already debunked. Um, yeah. See, I'm doing well. How are you? This is the biggest problem that I have with a lot of these people online. And what I've learned is throughout the years, they like to, not Tory Lanez, Tory Outlaw, who happens to go by the name Allie Carter. That's you. There it is. Only time I'm saying it. I don't really like discussing her. Not at all. I don't. Her real name is Tori Outlaw. She changed her name after she ran away from home. And I don't even believe the adoption from with Shelley was even real. In my opinion, I don't believe it was real. What I do know is that she's been involved in a lot of sketchy stuff, and she was working at a school teaching kids how to dance and preparing them to be in music videos, the kind of music videos that she preached against. I'm sorry. But they've threaded a lot of false people, and they've given them real details to run with online so that they can create disinformation between those of us who are real and true to this to be able to sway the public. Like the simple fact that there's AI videos getting traction, thousands of views on it, with them saying, and see, this is what they're doing. They're not giving these bullshit stories to real content creators anymore. They have the AI channel saying it. The AI channels are now saying the lies so that the content creators can come in and cover the lying AI content and say, hey, well, I saw that in the video. That's not my fault. That's not me. I was just doing a reaction, right? Mm-hmm. So let's not be fooled. These are the games that they're playing online. And I mean nobody no harm. I'm not interested in fighting with nobody. Please. It offends me when I see them try to lump me in videos with her because they're doing that so that when people find out she's a fake, people will say, oh, well, she's with Jag, so Jag must be a fake too. That's what they do. That's how they play it. That's how it goes. So yeah, that's the one and only time you're gonna get me to talk about her today. Because she's not the conversation. The conversation today that we're having, I'm sorry, this weirded me out a little bit. This weirded me out. This weirded me out. Put a one in the chat if this weirded you out. Put a two in the chat if you think that, this is a good thing.
I could I can connecting some dots if you want.
Well,
with
that's the whole point. We're gonna get into it, ain't we?
Mike, the CEO of Live Nation, my partner, the multi-billion dollar company, Live Nation, figure out. We needed $40 million just to stay alive. I called them, I go to Gina, I said, this should be a dead rate.
I'm sorry,
I might
I'm
not
trying to
be
get it louder.
Think of swim. I hope you're here when things get better.
This is this. Oh wait, hold on.
Done it, I do a check. 250 million a year. The CEO of Live Nation, my partner, the multi-billion dollar company, Live Nation, figure out. We needed $40 million just to stay alive. I called them, I go to Gina, I said, this should be a dead rate. I might not be here 6 months from now. Think of swim. I hope you're here when things get better. I can't. Baby, my friends are fucking done if I gotta write you a check. I said, I got this. And I paid with cash flow. I'm a survivor, right? And so much so, he runs a multi-billion-dollar company, and he had a meeting with his whole 20,000 staff and said that he wished everyone could run a company like that from scratch. I say all that to you to say, it's sink or swim here right now. It's like, there's nothing like, anyway, my girlfriend was, it was sink or swim. We had 250.
Okay, so that was the conversation that Desiree Perez had about Rock Nation being broke. It cost $40 million
Just to stay alive.
to stay afloat. So Kanye coming out of the bushes, um, just looks kind of like, okay, I don't want to go too far in advance, but you know, he's supposed to be dropping an album, Bully. It was supposed to drop. They had many dates. They had a date for Northwest's birthday. It was going to drop. Then it was going to drop sometime, I think, what, in June and July and then October. Then they had no. They had today. It was supposed to drop, and now they're saying it's the 12th of of December.
The only time you keep pushing back an album is if you're worried about that rollout.
And
Is if you're worried about the numbers.
yeah, and this is, I think, this is part of his rollout, and then this is part of the whole, the tour, because he just did what, a tour, not a tour. He did a show in South Africa, and he has a show in New Mexico. Oh, not no, in Mexico, not New Mexico, in Mexico, in about a month. So in the documentary, he was complaining about not being able to get tours or.
There was a whole segment where he was talking about.
Let me see if I can pull that up.
It was closer to the end. I'm not sure if it was Act 3 or not, but I know it was somewhere around that time. But Ye was talking about how no one would book him. No one. And guys, come on, we've been here almost an hour. Let's get those likes up. We like 100 and what, 75 away from 500. That would be great. So let's just be clear.
Oh, here it is. That's it.
It was after DEFCON 3. Um, it's it's just really. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a hater in the house?
Oh, what happened?
This honey bee person seems to be making quite the. What is this?
I can get rid of it. Oh,
No, hold on. I want to see the comment.
I don't understand. Whole money be Molly, giving away money when y'all can't pay our bills. Going on, and there's nothing.
I have no idea who they're even talking about. But man, people
Oh,
are
she's talking
weird.
about people putting time in celebrities. Okay.
It's weird. Yeah, definitely on some troll activity, but we want to thank you for becoming a subscriber so that you could come through here and get banned. Appreciate you. People like that be tripping me out. Uh Anyway, no, you didn't block the wrong one. You got the right person. Okay, A Reed. So shout out.
I'm destroying the labels. All the fucking labels. I'm in Portland in the rain, showing up to this deposition 6 minutes before it starts. The Adidas
Fair
deposition.
use.
In Adidas, it's like they act as Jews and so. Go ahead, go ahead. What is DEFCON 3? That I am white. How about that? I want a race change.
I want a race change. The White Lives Matter moment.
Needs his ass whooped.
Well, no, we need to get
Go
into
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
We'll take our time, but I really want people to pay attention to this moment. And before we get there, because I forgot to grab the screenshot of what was his name from Twitter, Al Shahar or something.
Oh, let me find it.
But he had made a comment
It was on shout out to.
because a lot of people had a lot to say about this, and it's funny because the most people that are talking about this aren't people of color. It's mostly Jewish people, mostly white people, and they're having their go. Oh, whoopty whoopty whoop. Oh yeah, Harley Pasternak. We need to talk about that as
Did I
well.
send you that quote? Oh no, I
Yeah.
got it here. I got it here. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. It's funny because if anyone remembers the text messages that Kanye leaked about Harley Pasternak, he said, "Hey, Her Majesty," he said, "You have two options, right?"
Oh, truth teller. Was it the truth teller? That guy? That Twitter? Right here?
No, I don't think so. I think it was Al Shahar or something.
All right, give me 1 second.
I know it was somewhere right around here is where that comment was with Candace Owens. But so anywho's in
No, it's not coming up.
Harley Pasternak said, "You what was it? You can apologize, or
Here I
I
go.
can put you back on that medication and send you back to La La Land."
Let me send it to you. Hold on. I have it. Here.
That's what he said.
I just sent it to you.
Okay, hold on a second, guys. My bad, guys. Okay, I'm back. That part, Natanya. I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet.
Hmm.
Y'all get it? This is what his trainer was telling him. His trainer. What kind of physical fitness instructor is this?
That's not the same one that called the hospital or called 911 on him, and his code name was Jim Jones. Is that the same guy?
Yeah, Harley.
Oh wow, wow. Hmm.
So, I mean, we got a lot of stuff that's been going on for quite some times. And maybe people don't want to remember this. You know, just like a lot of people have a hard time remembering. Hmm. See, I'm good at pulling up stuff. I'm good at like digging in the crates and snatching up things that need to be reminded. You know, if you go and you look at that documentary, In Whose Name, this moment, if you look at it now, it's particularly sickening.
Hmm.
Now, let's not forget, Candace Owens is probably more anti Israel than any of us can possibly imagine. I mean, that's her whole thing. She's anti Israel and Israel, Israel, Israel. And she's blamed Israel for bullying Charlie Kirk. And she's done this and she's done that. How many of y'all have actually seen that documentary? It's funny, it didn't get any reviews. Nobody really talked about it. Nobody even really did reactions to it. A couple of people grabbed it, put it up online. I'm What's on the Candace Owens t-shirt? White Lives Matter.
And that was particularly um, offensive to me because at the time I was producing for Black Lives Matter, and we're talking about grassroots Black Lives Matter, not the fake one, the real one. And Dr. Melina Abdullah, she was very upset, and it just, you know, and like I said, I don't agree with 100% of everything that goes on with BLM, but I support them, and I wouldn't do anything to denigrate the movement.
Well,
And it seems like they were just doing this to, I mean,
watching her and Charlie Kirk with Kanye in that film. She, of course, was the main mouthpiece, though.
yeah.
I can't even begin. But the way she was so geeked about being able to get this man to run her rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a comment that was made on Twitter, and they were talking about how there's no way Candace Owens would be in the space that she's in right now
Yeah.
if it wasn't for her riding Kanye West jockstrap the way she did and the way she rode him all the way to glory. I'm just curious what she thinks now about him totally backtracking on his anti-Jewish and now apologizing.
Well, is he going to apologize to Dr. Molina for this that he just did too? I mean, He should go and apologize to Dr. Molina.
Well, I'm just saying, if he's backtracking on everything that Candace Owens and them had him out there saying, because he was going anti-Jewish, because Candace was anti-Jewish, and he was going anti-BLM because of Candace. And he was running around saying everything that Candace was saying, and everything that Candace was pushing somehow ended up in Kanye West's mouth. I'm just trying to figure that out. But the apology, and see, the apology is where it gets very interesting, because in his apology, what he said was, she's going to backtrack on what? Kanye West is her best friend. She's come forward saying that Kanye West is mentally ill because of what Harley Pasternak did to him, even though her and her very, very, very government well-connected self has done nothing to get justice for Kanye regarding Harley Pasternak. No, she can spend time talking about Brigitte Macron and whether or not she has testicles or not. She could spend a lot of time talking about that. She could spend a lot of time sending all of America out on a wild goose chase, trying to get to the bottom of who took out Charlie Kirk, and yet it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. She's had a lot to say about a lot of things. And where have they led? But Kanye West is her very dear friend.
She's the worst kind of opportunist. Well, all opportunists are freaking horrible. She's the worst kind.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Because what's she going to say now? Because Kanye said to the rabbi, what did he say? He said, I was off my medication.
Mm-hmm. And he made the analogy
of a child.
Being, messing up the house. I got to clean up the house.
That was kind of weird to me because of the low-key racial tone to that. Because when you hear someone say, like a black man refer to himself as a child, it kind of makes me think of, slavery and boy and all of that kind of conversation. Why is he referring to himself as a child? I don't understand that, because he's far from it. He's good 40 something. But he said, and then you have to take responsibility, and then you have to go clean up everything. You have to go clean up after the child. So he has now equated a 7-year stance, because it's been about 7 years he's been rocking like this, since about 2018. He's been off his meds since 2018.
Is that long? That's what he said?
And the documentary began 2018.
2018, okay.
The documentary began in 2018. And he was off of his meds, and he was documenting not being on his meds.
Now.
And being free. Because when he ramps up, he's on a whole nother plane with the universe.
What I'm going to say is, I'm not a professional psychologist or anything like that, but from what I saw, he's just bratty. He's a person with no uh, self control. Like, even when, when was You Ain't Got the Answers, Sway? Was that like 2017, 2018?
Maybe 15, 16.
Okay, yeah, it was 2015, 2016. Sway was going body slam him, and I wasn't mad at Sway. And don't get it twisted, Sway is a G. Shout out to Sway. And you ain't got the answers, like talking to him all crazy. I just think he's a person who is, don't got, he got a bunch of yes men around him. He's not he's not grounded. He's got a whole bunch of people.
He's been famous since he was a very young man.
And like I said, he's bratty. He may be bipolar because you look at the decisions he make. We were looking at the documentary. We were talking about him having all this stuff going on, and he's not focused. He didn't focus to get the city that he said he's getting developed in Wyoming. Like,
You ain't got the answers.
yeah,
The city in Wyoming, you know, listening to him sit down and talk with those architects, all of it.
who is this? Let me just block this bastard. I don't know what the fuck.
What's going on?
Weirdos.
What happened?
I'm just blocking weirdos. That's all.
Oh, anyway, there's so many that come through. I can't keep up. But no, seriously, I what he said in his apology was that he's been off his medication and he's been irresponsible and he regrets his behavior. He didn't say some of it. He didn't pick out a couple of things. He has said he regrets his behavior since he's been off his medication. So let's talk about his behavior since he's been off of his meds. Well, what, 13,000 acres of land in Wyoming, and kind of abandoned that. Sunday Service Choir, what a beautiful project, kind of abandoned that. Um, he was very focused on being a billionaire, which he was. He was very upset that nobody gave him credit for being worth $6 billion and being the wealthiest, you know, black man in the world. And then he said he didn't want to be a billionaire anymore. He had the school, he abandoned that. Like, he's been so much and he accomplished so much in such a short amount of time. But all of it was abandoned for another thing. Let's not forget about his presidential run.
Mm-hmm.
He abandoned politics. There was a lot. There was a lot. And his relationship with Kim.
Yeah,
Like,
she was, in my opinion, just an opportunist. The good thing I like about the doc though is just seeing him and his daughter, their relationship. That's great. I love seeing.
And what it looks like now.
Well, it's crazy, but it was cute. In the end and all that, it was very cute. It was very cute. I definitely. I mean, him saying what he was saying about his daughter when he was running for president, though, that was kind of out of pocket. Kind of my ass. It was really out of pocket. Why would you say that? You get what I'm saying? But you know,
I would have to disagree with you, Kayla. I don't think that those people are capable of loving anyone. I'm sorry. I don't see the Kardashians as a loving brood of people. What I do see is that they are highly obsessed with image, and Kanye legitimized Kim. The truth is, she should love him because before him, she was just the girl who screwed Ray J. Or are we all forgetting that? That was her claim to fame. She saw how the SEX tape worked for Paris Hilton, and she tried it on herself. That's who she was. She was the girl who got banged out by Ray J to get famous to get a reality TV show. That's what happened. And then the whole family jumped on board. They surfboarded right off of her pubes and into TV land.
dang. The funny thing is The Kardashians, keeping up with the Kardashians, they've been on for how many seasons? Like 27 something seasons. I ain't never seen one episode.
It's
And I'm glad.
they've been on like, listen to me. I've never watched a full episode. Not never, not ever. The clips that I've seen were disturbing. After I saw what they was doing with Kylie and Kendall when they were kids, having little 10 and 11-year-old girls hanging from stripper poles since 2007. Yeah, yeah, we're talking almost 20 years. Almost 20 years of this is their life. This is their life. And yeah, and it is. It's all whorish behavior. But when I see where Kylie and Kendall are now, I'm still not understanding how can't nobody look and see the stuff. When you hear the stuff that they're saying now, oh, that's where I lost my virginity. Oh, where was I? Oh, mom, you didn't care. We were the last kids. You were over it. You didn't care. And they never had social services issues.
Well, someone mentioned in the comment section, I was going to bring that up.
What?
The Kardashians stole from Brandy, and they
Yeah. Yeah, they robbed Brandy.
got that never. I mean, should that have gone? Because that's criminal. I mean,
They don't ever. They don't ever.
no.
Don't forget they've been tapped into the law forever. Yeah, Robert Kardashian. Robert Kardashian was their first meal ticket that got them in to the whatever the case may be. And like it's just Chris is about as divisive as they come. Let's just be honest about that. They wanted Kanye. They needed Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye was.
Kanye legitimized that family because they was just a bunch of cloud chasing whores before Kanye. They tried to wrangle down Reggie Bush.
And he said his mom was like, nope.
See what happened in his career? They tried the oil tycoon. Everybody got away except Ye.
They tried to unalive
Lamar Odom. How many times did he end up almost have gone at the Bunny Ranch? Yeah, they were supposed to be Brandy's stylists, and instead they ran up her credit card for clothes that they were supposed to be buying for her. Yeah, And they stashed they took it all and they stocked they store Dash with it. That's how Dash got on. Yeah, Brandy put Dash on.
They stash stolen money to create Dash.
They took all that money that Brandy gave them for her wardrobe and they stocked their store with it.
Poor Brandy. Just platformed a bunch of freaking witches.
And then they had her brother on camera.
On camera.
And they worked that into a reality TV show. If it wasn't for Kanye,
on camera,
nobody would have ever taken that family seriously at all for anything more than what they've been. Let's just be honest. The Kardashians' greatest accomplishment are the men's names that they've been able to attach themselves to and the money that they've been able to attach themselves to on those men's names so that they can be who
be whore they
whatever they are.
You found out. I found out that Kim Kardashian was uh dating what's that one homeowner the White Iverson song. He had the White Iverson song.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, she been all
Baby,
over.
listen to me. That's what it is.
Post Malone. That's his name.
That's what it is. So at the end of the day, she ought to love him. Because I don't think anybody else would have been stupid enough to give her 4 kids.
Yeah.
Do you see what's going on with Northwest right now? She was just at a show. She was able to get herself a private jet. A 12-year-old. Got got herself a private jet, put a bunch of tattoos and grills and all kinds of stuff, and was hanging out with a bunch of guys who are almost 10 years older than her. Some of them are 10 years older than her, and they got history of hurting women. That's 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 the meanwhile, she's worried about promoting Skims for Nike.
Mm-hmm.
She promoting Skims for Nike in this show. This all is fair. This is what the she busy promoting this crap while her daughter is running around with a bunch of guys who like to hurt women. I'm not. Where's Grandma? Mima ain't got nothing to say about where her grandbabies is. Oh no, I forgot. No, she's busy getting a plastic surgery so she can look as the same age as Kim and get deals for I'm sure Donda is somewhere rolling over in her grave right now. I'm sure. At the end of the day, let's just be very clear on a couple of things. Kanye sat there and gave that apology. And he apologized for all of his behavior over the course of the past 7 years, essentially. That's what he done. So is he going to apologize to Black Lives Matter? Is he going to apologize? Like, I'm just trying to figure out where all of this goes. Or are you just trying to make sure? Like, he said that he went to the Sphere in Vegas and tried to get a show there, and no one will call him back.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Like, he's been frozen out by the entire industry. And what it's starting to look like is that he doesn't want to go broke. If I had to make a guess or give my thoughts on what I might think it may or may not be, I think he don't want to go broke.
Yeah.
Because I think him being broke would probably be the worst thing in the world
Where's that picture?
for someone like him.
Where's that picture? Hold on.
Oh, Jody boy. Thank you, Jody boy. I'm just I'm keeping it a buck. I don't think he want to be broke. I think we're looking at financial.
There's nothing to lose.
This game. Yeah.
Person just being told to shut up. It's so racist. This shit for nigga. And cross countries, they don't matter. They get to go in and to embrace the debate. It's not only embrace it, but to say something that decisive as see they got it. White lives matter. Which right now the sentiment across the country is they don't matter. They continue to every white person just being told to shut up. It's so racist. This shit finna go off. By the time we get to Paris, burn.
So he's apologizing for all of this. He's apologizing for all of that. There's a lot to apologize for if you're apologizing. The question is who was he apologizing to? That's really what I wanted to I wanted to touch on that before we get too far away. Yoshiahu Yusef Pinto.
Oh yeah. God dang. This guy.
This is who he went to apologize to. I'm assuming he was introduced by the man that said ain't no party like a Diddy party because apparently
Uh-oh.
This is LeBron James,
Rabbi. Yeah.
rabbi, and I'm just trying to figure out, when did LeBron James become Jewish?
Well, his name is Lebron. Maybe it was.
When did LeBron James become Jewish?
Maybe it's Lebron. God, this rabbi is only 5 years older than me.
Yeah, he young.
Christ. He looked old.
Six things to know about Jewish Cleveland, including LeBron.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, LeBron isn't Jewish, but he does embody many Jewish traits.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Many years ago, long before Cleveland won its first NBA championship, I was a Jewish New Yorker, and there were four dots on my globe: New York, Miami, LA, and Jerusalem. I was blissfully unaware of Cleveland's existence. I didn't know that it was called the Mistake on the Lake,
Dang.
or that its sports teams, Indians baseball, Cavs basketball, and Browns football, have the uncanny ability to lose all the time.
Dang.
That is until this past historic Sunday night. Now understand this. This article is from years ago. Jewish Clevelanders have been around forever. That's number one. Clevelanders love the Torah. That's number two. Cleveland's Jewish Federation rocks. That's number three. Number four, Clevelanders love Israel. Number five, Cleveland is like the Jewish people. Number six, LeBron James is not Jewish, but we love him anyway.
So if you're not Jewish, you don't get no love. Is that what they said?
I don't know.
But
I'm just trying to figure out. So it's been reported that LeBron James has a relationship with Rabbi Pinto,
and you
and
were
that he
saying
goes to him for spiritual advisement.
you were
I'm not
saying
understanding.
you were saying Pinto. That's he's Moroccan, so there's a Spanish connection to Morocco. So
Yeah.
that's why his last name is that or whatever. But that's a Moroccan thing. But back to the not Kanye. But we're back to Kanye and LeBron.
Well, no, I'm just trying to find it. It's very interesting, because I'm trying to see. This is what I don't understand. And I think, and this isn't me getting into politics or getting into religion, because I try to stay away from those things. I try to stick to social justice and injustice. What I'm not understanding is, because I just want to be clear on this, and I want to make sure everyone else is clear on this. If I say I'm a Christian and a follower of Yeshua, and I worship the risen Christ, how how do I go to a rabbi for guidance? And let's be clear, this is the Sabbath, and I'm a Sabbath keeper. I'm not Jewish, I'm Hebrew. But let's just be clear on this. The Jewish faith are avid believers that Yeshua was not the Son of God, and more importantly than that, they labeled him a charlatan. I'm not lying. This isn't me making it up. If you talk to most people in the Jewish faith, especially those who go hard, they will tell you that Yeshua was not the Son of God. He was not the Messiah. And that he was a charlatan. He was a con man.
Do you know why?
So I don't understand how, because it also says in the scriptures that you can't serve two masters.
Right.
So I'm just trying to understand this. And let's just, and this isn't me being shady. This is me just educating people. Let's take a little look see, shall we, at the rabbis, you know.
Well, let me. You don't want to know what I think the connection is. Um,
What?
what? You was reading it
I'm seeing all the. On October 12th, 2012, Pinto was reported to be under investigation for money laundering.
before you go there.
Oh, for money laundering, he was released on bail and placed under house arrest for bribery attempt of an Israeli police official involved in the investigation. On September 17th, 2014, Pinto was indicted on charges
Can I say this?
of attempting to bribe Ephraim Brock. Yeah, yeah, you were saying.
I think the reason why LeBron and now you look at Kanye going to this Jewish rabbi. It's it's really, and then you were saying like why would a person who considers themselves Christian like LeBron or Kanye go to someone outside of Christianity? And when you're in them realms, you're dealing with these you know people that are in the quote unquote celebrities or whatever. It's a different type of belief. So yeah, on the surface, you're a Christian or you believe in that, but you know the esoteric side. Each religion has like its esoteric side. So like the Christians have like you could say Gnosticism or Rosicrucians. The Rosicrucians are like the esoteric side of Christianity. The Islamic, the esoteric side is the what is it, Sufism. For Jews, the esoteric side is Kabbalah. You pay attention to the way LeBron moves, and I think
I pay attention to the fact that every time he gets on the court, he takes his hands,
he does a
he
ritual.
does a ritual and he throws stuff up, and then he takes these hands and he takes them
Yeah.
and then he configures them together to fashion after. Look, y'all know what he be doing with his hands. And let me show y'all.
Yeah, it's basically
He be doing this.
uh, damn.
And apparently she does too. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana Owens, also known as Queen Latifah.
Or King Latifah, as the homie Griff calls him.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Listen to me. So, Rabbi Pinto was hustling the Germans out of boatloads of cash, pretending to be running Holocaust survivor soup kitchens.
Oh, he did that in Germany. I thought he did it out here.
No.
Damn.
He did. Listen to me, it's gangsta as hell.
That's yeah, that's worldwide.
It's gangsta as hell.
That's worldwide gangster.
But let's just be clear. He lied and said that he had a bunch of Holocaust survivor soup kitchens and whatnot, and was taking care of people affected by the Holocaust.
He was.
And he got millions of dollars from the German government. Oh, welcome. Oh, really?
What?
Really? Oh, well, someone just gifted 10 memberships. Hello, Ann.
Oh, silly.
Hello, Ann Smith. It's been a while.
Oh, she's in the bushes, huh?
Yep. Just so everyone here knows, Ann Smith is a former moderator of mine who was one of the moderators who was down with all of that craziness when they were gaslighting me and giving me bad information and doing all kinds of things to put me in jeopardy. I'm just saying, y'all should be advised. But it's nice to know you got yourself a free membership so you can go through my membership content. If anything looks funny or looks squirrely, and I still have your email address. Man, these YouTube spies are a mess. Because the only way you get gifted a membership is if whoever's in this audience has high watch time on this channel. That means she's been sitting in the bushes, spying on everything that we do here. Interesting.
Oh, well, Tilly, go. You go to the website. I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in. But you know, I was telling her to go to the website because she wanted to give, and we appreciate you. Um, we do appreciate you gifting the members.
And we appreciate that as well. And just so you know, I've linked support options in the description box on this video. So if that's what you want to do, thank you, Auntie Leah. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll just take it and I'll pin it here for anyone who might want to do that. So no, I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to get clear on a few things. This particular rabbi, about a decade ago, maybe a little more, lied to the Jewish government, stole millions from the Germans, not the Jewish government, but the German government, to get Holocaust survivor money out of them. And then he was also allegedly accused of doing money laundering around the same time. And then he was investigated by Israeli police. He was investigated by Israeli police. And then he tried to bribe the officer. And then he was indicted. And he also fought for no prison time and only probation. I'll get you there. Now, mind you, he's only 52 years old. He's 4 years older than me. He just turned 52. He's 4 years older than me. And this is what this is looking like. Now it's funny because in this picture, there's a couple other black gentlemen there, and they all hugged up with the rabbi. Does this look like a 52-year-old man? He looks 82 to you. I thought he was much older as well.
It's like the Golden Girls.
Welcome, Bruna.
They were like 30 years old when they were playing 70 back then.
They weren't 30.
The Golden Girls, they were 30 something.
They were not 30 something years old.
Fred Sanford.
Estelle Getty was one of the people who played. She played the oldest character.
And she was like 40.
She was in her late 40s, early 50s, but she was playing a 80
Yeah,
something
she
year
was like,
old.
yeah, and I thought they did a well job. They did a good job.
They did a great
like,
job. She did a
I thought they were
fantastic
really old.
job.
I was like, how come they
Most
still
of them were in their 40s and 50s, and they were playing. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Fred Sanford. He played an old man. I thought.
Yes, he did. He
I
played
thought
an
he
old
was
man, though
old
he
back
was
then.
young as well.
Yeah.
I
Morgan
just
Freeman. Morgan Freeman.
I just found it funny how far apart they were. They were so far apart.
Well, he's Kanye looks kind of
It looked a little. I don't know. It just all looked a little strange to me.
yeah. Kanye looked a little yeah. I don't know.
Either
I'm not gonna say.
he is sick and tired. In my opinion, he's either sick and tired of the financial frustration and not being able to get a project off and getting any support. Do I think that I mean, anything is possible. You got to look at who his children are with.
Mm.
You got to look at exactly who his kids are with. ACG. Does this look like the kind of people that protect their kids? They had 10 and 11-year-olds swinging from stripper poles on E.
Mm-mm-mm.
They were on a whole network. They were on a whole network.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about ecstasy. You said E.
Who knows? Who knows?
God
And I'm talking about the network that their television shows.
damn.
But who knows? Because you listen to Kendall talking about it when they was going through the house and looking through the house, and she was sitting up there talking about all of the stuff that they was doing and where she lost her VIG and how they was smoking and getting and doing all kinds of stuff. And her mom was in the house, didn't have no idea what was. Well, where was I?
Wow. Couldn't have been a black mama.
Like, it's just insane.
Black mama know everything.
It's insane.
Y'all seen Boys in the Hood, right? Y'all remember Black Mama on the
Look at what they do to their own children. What mother could sit there and get behind getting a television show out of her daughter getting spread like peanut butter on video by Brandy's brother?
Ain't that Brandy's brother?
Like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so we're gonna talk about this Rabbi Pinto.
and I don't want anyone thinking that I'm being crazy or because whatever people choose to follow, whatever they choose to worship, that's their right. Right? I get the right to worship as I see fit. Another person gets the right to worship as they see fit.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't about hating
No,
on religion.
no.
This isn't about it's the manner in which people are capitulating
There you go. There you go.
these days. Snoop was, hey man, I don't want to talk about this, and then the next thing you know, he's making songs about it for kids.
You got
Um, it's there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. And you guys know me, my favorite question is why? Free will is one thing. But when people are being influenced, and just considering the fact that he has a project, an album that's coming out, and he's been pushing back and pushing back and pushing back and pushing back, and yet the last project that he released, he was releasing songs that said, "Hail, little mustache man."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That yeah. I totally forgot about that until they did mention it in the documentary,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. But
I totally forgot about that.
my thing is now you're apologizing. So are you apologizing for everything? For everything? Are you blaming everything on your mental health? Because then that means all of your shenanigans with Candace Owens
And yeah,
were done out of duress
right,
because of your mental health.
right.
I want everybody to think about that. If he's apologizing for the past 7 years because of his mental health, then that means everything that he was doing with Candace Owens was done when he wasn't right. Everything.
Yeah.
Which also means, oh, Snoop was dropped from NBC this year as host. No wonder he's making that. No wonder
Oh
he's
wait, they
talking about.
dropped him?
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
What do you?
Snoop had been dropped from the new. Oh no, I thought it was. They said it was something about the schedule, a conflict schedule because of the. Yeah, that's what they said.
What else would they say?
That's what they said.
They always say stuff. They say this and they say
So
that.
He's
Getting punished.
yeah, yeah.
Martha Stewart said she wasn't standing by him after what he said. Welcome, James.
Wow. Martha, she's a felon. She's the one with. Never mind.
Listen to me. Her hands are cleaner than the rabbis.
Well, shit.
Let's not judge.
Well, I wasn't gonna get messy and bring up the fact. You see what I was saying is on the surface, it's one thing, but behind it, but you go deeper.
What's really motivating all of this?
You go deeper. Even with this rabbi stuff, I gotta look
Snoop
deeper.
didn't really say much or nothing. What Snoop said was is that he didn't want to have to explain to his grandchild why they had two women as mothers and one of them gave birth to a baby, and he didn't want to have to explain all of that. And then he said that he wasn't taking back what he said, and then the next thing you know, he's making videos talking about love is love and all children should be glad to have parents. Once again, it's the flip-flop for me. See, this is the thing, because trust me, I know that there's a lot of people that want me to do a Kanye apology. I know there's a lot of people that would be really excited if I would go on a Kanye apology tour right now. See, I want everybody to look at what the ripple effect is. Kanye being in good graces with the elites again is good for the elites. It's good for business. The kind of money that he brings in, the kind of ticket sales that he can demand because of his catalog, trust me, they want him out there working. But on their side, not on his side, Cat Williams trying to do his own thing, trying to make his own money. And guess what? Guess what? They've been coming at him all year long. They've tried to make him responsible for the unalivement of Reggie Carroll. They tried to get his brother to sit with Trasher the Grouch and say that he was a PDFer. I mean, they've come after me in every which way possible. Anyone that has had anything to say real that makes the entertainment industry, that makes the elite system as a whole look bad to the point where people stop buying tickets, where people are no longer interested in celebrity worship. Let's not also forget that apparently there was some ESP memo that went out to everybody on social media in the world and said this year everyone is going to pretend to be a celebrity. And what was that you sent me about Caleb?
Oh no, we that's gonna go for the.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
that for the. We ain't.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just do it for all on Front Street, and what we do for both, because you haven't done one in a minute.
I know. We need to. We get. I get really sidetracked sometimes, and it's terrible. But no, seriously, guys, let's look at how all of this is going. All of this is about putting the entertainment world back together to bring the money back in. A lot of money has been missed. And the whole Diddy trial. See, this is why they needed Diddy's trial to only be about him. Are y'all getting it yet? They needed it to only be about him, because if it was just about him, then y'all didn't have to feel bad about supporting the rest of them, right?
Just like the
Because I'm a liar, right? Because oh, she's a liar. She's a liar. It's not the whole industry. It's just Diddy. It's just Diddy. and his girlfriends and his weirdo girlfriends and Cassie. They made Cassie the sacrificial lamb so people like Young Miami could sit around and pretend like she's not a fucking pink powder dancing whore.
Thank you, Tilly.
Thank you, Tilly. Like that's let's get real. We're supposed to believe that he only did these things with Cassie and those other girls. We're not supposed to believe that the women that came before and after these girls
Whatever happened
did the
to
same.
whatever happened to the Mary J. Blige?
Oh,
Wasn't there?
there was a whole Mary J. Blige tape. They swept that clean under the rug. Her talking about this is my rite of passage. And now everybody
With Diddy.
with Diddy. I know. I know. I guess when the truth started coming out, they started realizing exactly how bad it was going to be for business as a whole, and it could probably tank the entire industry. And then when they started seeing how people weren't going out to see movies, how people weren't getting behind it, let's be clear, J Lo not saying anything about Diddy has not helped her career. Hasn't helped Young Miami's career either, has it? It's people aren't paying attention. See, they just keep throwing this at you and that at you and this at you and that at you, waiting for everything to reset, 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 reset. So you'll go back to being blind and they can go back to doing what they've always done.
Yep.
That's what this is all about. So Kanye making this brilliant show this week, taking accountability for everything that he said. Meanwhile, he said, if y'all ever see me,
Mm.
and I'm talking any different than I do, it ain't me.
Mm-hmm.
He said
He
that.
said that. He did.
That's what he said. He's been running around paranoid for the past year and a half. Coming into the United States, doing crazy, wild interviews, dressed up in Klan suits, and then leaving. Coming in for the Grammys, so his wife Bianca Censore can wear cellophane and be naked with other children present, even though nobody pressed any charges, which is kind of crazy. And then boom, he had to leave and going back and forth, talking about how he was not feeling very safe, talking about how he was feeling like his life was in jeopardy. I mean, has anybody taken into consideration that maybe this is his way of saying, I don't want my life being harmed anymore? Or maybe I don't want to have to look over my shoulder anymore? I don't know. What I do know, though, is that we could use at least 250 more likes. And welcome to everyone that's here. But no, seriously, we really need to pay attention to what's going on. And let's just get this clear for the record. This conversation is not about race. This conversation is not about religion. This conversation is not about politics. This conversation is about coercion, bank exchange, and fear mongering and propaganda. That's what this is all about. I have nothing to say about what's going on with the entertainment industry and all of these content creators that are being paid $7,000 a post to make, favorable content for other people. I'm not talking about any of that at all. But I'm telling you, there is something eerie going on. And I'm just trying to understand who this 52-year-old man is who looks like he's 85.
Yeah, he look crazy.
I'm trying to figure that out.
That look crazy.
I'm trying to figure out why Kanye needed to apologize to this man. Why is this the man that he needed to apologize to? What made him choose this rabbi? What is there other than the fact that he is mentoring LeBron in some way, which I don't understand? Because one minute he's rocking Shluminati, and he also has a rabbi, like an actual rabbi. Like, I mean, I used to say, certain people I would consider them like a consigliere, my rabbi, as a turn of phrase, not an actual rabbi. If I'm going to go to someone for spiritual counsel, I'm going to go to someone who believes as I believe. I'm not going to go to someone who believes opposite of what I believe.
But like I said, when you talk about
And other billionaires.
when you talk about the esoteric side, it's deep. It's another layer. So that's why I was saying I'm gonna look more into the. I mean, the guy's criminal record is crazy.
Well, I'm still trying to understand, like, how nobody is talking about that. Like, everybody's talking about, oh, Kanye went to this rabbi, but nobody's looking at his back. I'm reading to y'all off of his Wikipedia. So please, don't nobody say that Jag is hating on the rabbi.
Don't call
That
it.
Jag
Don't
is
call
going
ADL.
crazy. Don't say that Jag is. I'm like, he went to a rabbi. I went to do the research to look at who this rabbi is, because the last time when we were in New York for the trial,
Oh yeah,
they were promoting another
yeah.
they were promoting another rabbi who they said was the actual Messiah, was a Moshiach.
Oh yep, yep.
I'm figuring if he gonna go to anybody,
Go ahead.
he would be going to the Moshiach. Why did he go to the Moshiach? He's supposed to be the Messiah.
He's supposed to be Jesus.
I'm just saying. Does that not make sense? Like, if you gonna go and oh, hold up, wait a minute, Natalia said it's because he's been sketchy. Rabbi was probably
Yeah, of course.
and Kanye would only have to submit himself to somebody who knows it's not really.
He's like, we blink, blink.
That's a great point.
You
That's a
blink,
great
blink.
point, Natalia.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So
That's a great point. I'm just trying to. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What's the? That's most actor in New York is dead. That Rabbi Monaco.
well, the irony of everything with New York too.
Hey, Alina.
Now they have a Muslim mayor. It's a lot of crazy.
It's New York is getting real interesting. New York is getting real interesting. I all I can say is I was kind of surprised at I didn't know, I never heard of this rabbi before. I've never, that goes, and for me, to a certain extent, that's a good thing, because what it says to me is that I have successfully removed myself from certain circles. Because once upon a time, I probably would have known exactly who this guy was because of the kind of circles that I used to move in. And now, no. So that makes me feel good. But it's just really interesting what's going on. So I'm just trying to figure it out. And I know that Candace Owens doesn't like to talk. I know that she doesn't like to respond to people that she deems as lesser than herself. And I know she now has the number one podcast worldwide. And I know how excited she is about that. She was very, very, very excited. And she was talking about how all of the haters were coming for her and her success. No, I understand, sis. We look, we get it. We get it. We know how intellectual you are, and we know how articulate you are as well.
I want to know what's going to be her response to this.
No, I'm just curious if she's going to have a response. But if she's going to respond to anything, I think what she needs to be responding to is the fact that she was influencing someone who has just acknowledged that for the past 7 years he's been off his medication, mentally ill, and making bad choices. That would include everything that he's done with her. And they were trying to sell him a technology platform. Mm-hmm. Her and that Lord husband, yeah, of hers.
Think it got something to do with Charlie Kirk?
Y'all was taking advantage of a mentally ill man.
You think this whole thing has something to do with Charlie Kirk?
I don't know.
Could be. I don't know.
I don't know. What I do know is that Charlie Kirk has passed away. He is no longer here to defend himself or anything that happened at that time. The only person that's alive to answer for it now is Candace Owens.
And he was in, now, for those who don't know, he was in Kanye's documentary. He didn't say nothing.
No,
he was just
she was doing all the talking.
Yeah, she was the one doing all the talking.
She was the one that was super excited about, yeah, Kanye, because I'm telling you, yeah, because white lives matter, because they don't matter, and that white people are this, and it's so racist, and Black Lives Matter is racist, and George Floyd was an addict, and he didn't die from abuse, he died from pharmaceutical abuse, and you're going to tell him, Kanye, but if he was mentally ill, and he wasn't right in his mind, then I don't know what that says for you, Candace, because you took your connection to Kanye West and you wrote it all the way to the #1 podcast in the world. Y'all really need to look at her little moments, how excited she was to wind up a man who just admitted that he was mentally ill in front of the whole world and beg for forgiveness from, a cultural group of people, from an entire community that he's been slamming for years. That, by the way, she denounces and she calls demonic.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Candace Owens thinks that all Jews are demonic.
We'll say allegedly behind it.
No, I'm not saying allegedly. She has said it.
She said that?
Yes. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever heard Candace Owens refer to the Jews as demonic.
That's crazy.
Put a 4 in the chat. No. If I'm tripping.
No, that's crazy.
3 in the chat if you've ever heard Candace Owens say that the Jews are demonic. 4 in the chat if I'm tripping.
Well, see, look.
I'm seeing a lot of 3s here. We got the 3, we got the 3,
I don't think everybody.
The 3 from Ciroc to Gut Rocket. And it don't stop. Hey.
I don't think everybody is going to get along with everybody, and that's just life. Not everybody's going to get along. But for a person to be that high profile, and for them to say something like that, like I don't believe it. I gotta go hear her say that. That's crazy.
No,
that's crazy.
Listen to me. Candyland gets to say whatever they want to say over there. Candyland. Wait a minute. Somebody put 3. Yeah, I might have heard it out of context, but 3. And
that's crazy.
Me thinks one doth protest too much about Candace. That sucks. I thought she was going to open up some. Listen to me. We all thought she was going to do something. She puts on. Oh, wait a minute. Mace J says, I have a clip.
Oh, damn. Wow.
3.5. She quoted scripture and several. Listen to me. In the synagogue of the Satan.
See?
And listen to me. That's what she say. I ain't say that. That's what she say. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Because your friend Ye, oh, my friend Ye, you know what? I'm not going to that event. I'm going to go see my friend Ye. I wonder if I'm in the documentary. He doesn't.
She's so full of it.
I'm just curious. No, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only person that heard her refer to the Jews as that.
Wow.
I'm just trying to figure out how did she get to do that, and her platform never gets hit.
Mm-mm-mm.
How did she get to lightweight, like low key, accuse the president of the United States and the FBI
Mm.
of assassinating Charlie Kirk, and nothing happens to her platform?
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm just curious because now your friend, your friend Ye,
Mm.
who just admitted that he's been running wild for 7 years, making bad choices, and now he has to go and clean up after himself for all the harm that he has done to himself and the people that he loves and everyone around him.
Well, I invite
That would include everything that he did with you, Candyland.
him to go down to Black Lives Matter. This is not a drill on their radio show, or call in and apologize to me. I do invite. I can set that up.
Her husband is very connected.
Look,
You know, he said something very interesting. How he likes, oh, really?
hmm
Interesting. We'll announce at the end. I find it very interesting. I do. I find it very, what did he say? He said, I enjoy. He said, because I'm married to a very loud American.
Is she live now?
I enjoy my wife being up front and being this and being that. And I like staying in the back. I bet he does. British royalty, he's attached to British royalty. 18 days of knowing each other, not one romantic thing between them. They got married and started banging out kids.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was trying to sell Kanye a technology platform so he could have his own loudspeaker, and then something went wrong with the deal and it didn't happen.
Mm.
Maybe it's because it was never going to happen. Maybe it was because y'all was just trying to get his trust and y'all was trying to get him close and you were trying to use him to push your agendas on behalf of Turning Point. I don't know. I don't know. But it's starting to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to look like that in a big way. Do you know how angry black people were at Kanye West for all of the things that he was saying about George Floyd because of the attack against BLM? And I am not endorsing BLM personally because I saw some of the stuff that happened. And there were definitely financial abuses that happened. No one can deny that.
Not from grassroots though.
Well, no, no.
We're talking about BLM, the organization. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that not everyone, just because some people inside an organization commit a bad act,
Mm-hmm.
does not mean that the entire organization is terrible.
Right.
Like, for instance, the Rabbi Pinto. Can we say that every Jewish rabbi is a thief because of what happened with him?
No, that's unfair.
No, that would be unfair.
Very unfair.
And see, I think that's what people have a problem with when it comes to me, because I'm pragmatic, but I'm pretty even. I'm pretty even killed. Like, it is what it is. This isn't about me condemning. This isn't about me pointing fingers. This isn't about me trying to make it. This is me trying to understand what exactly the hell is going on in the landscape that we've got this much strange action happening back to back to back, and nobody's really paying attention as to why. 2026, I got a feeling it's going to be a very interesting year. And right now, with everything that we have going on, like, look at all of the division that we have. I'm sick and tired of hearing about food stamps. I'm sick and tired of hearing about EBT. I'm sick and tired of hearing about SNAP. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
So you're gonna snap if you hear another snap.
No, I'm not gonna snap. The question is why do they got people out here thinking that everyone is, and especially everyone that's black,
Mm-hmm.
when it's already been proven that there are more Caucasian people on that benefit than black people. We don't have enough of us in this world, in this country. For whatever reason, we're the only demographic in the race area that doesn't grow.
Right. It's
Like,
always at 13 or 15%.
why does nobody acknowledge that?
It's always there, 13.
As
15%.
long as we have been here, as much as we have procreated, as much as all of that, how haven't the black demographic, the ratio of the black demographic grown at all? We can't get beyond 15%. And we've been here longer than most of the people that have come here after us that have went 15%, 25%, 35%. You can get more Latinos, you can get more of anything else, but not us. We don't grow. People that look like me, people with my skin color don't grow. Why not?
Bull crap.
Wait a minute, I do, and I agree with you, sis. I've been screaming it for you. Those numbers are fake since being
Hmm.
appear to grow because they're fake. See?
Well, and that's the only thing that I would even say, because you got Fuentes and you had Charlie Kirk who would use statistics, right?
Well,
Which statistics can be flawed. And then you got those same two individuals who would say something like,
don't
art
forget,
violence and
it was Fuentes that went down to Mar-a-Lago to have that meeting with Trump with Kanye.
well, here's what I was gonna say about.
Kanye walked him right in the door.
Well, what I was yeah, he did. What I was
Has
gonna
he
say.
said anything about Kanye's apology yet?
Well,
Because
no one said nothing.
Nick Fuentes is very uncomfortable. He doesn't care for the Jews at all. He doesn't care for
You gotta
Israel
let
at
me
all.
in. You gotta let me in.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
Because I know, and I don't want to talk about him like that because f him to be honest. But they run with statistics which can be flawed, and then they run with the whole thing about um, black people being violent and this and that. If we were so violent, don't you think we'd have taken over the country by now? Like, they say, oh, those black people be chimping out and stuff. Right? If we were that violent, if we were just a violent people inherently, we would have taken this motherfucker over a long time ago. So you guys run with all this rhetoric and lies. It's like shut the fuck up. That's basically what I was just saying. Like y'all be lying. All y'all do is lie.
And guess what? We have plenty of people that look like us that help push that lie.
Well, there's
Let's just be
people that
honest.
can, but like I said, as a whole, a Myron, a person will run. Oh, yeah, they're so violent. Black Americans
The
are so violent.
simple fact
Fuck out of here.
that someone like Myron Gaines, who is darker than me, clock that tape. This punk is darker than me and has the audacity to encourage Caucasian people to use the N word.
Yeah.
And he uses the N word in a very, very, very negative connotation. And he's still platformed. Meanwhile, meanwhile, he used to work for HSI. He used to work for Homeland Security. He brags about how quick he would be to put a cap in a ninja. Wait a minute. The human deletion rate has us staying at 15%. We are 43% of the human deletions in the United States. Fire Nation Radio Podcast. Thank you for the super chat. Um, understand this. Do I think you're accurate? Quite possible. I don't know. I stopped looking at these stats. I do because I don't believe most of them. You might be accurate. You could be.
Books are sometimes.
What I will say is this. We've had organizations like Planned Parenthood that have marketed the human deletion system as a form of birth control.
Because Margaret Sanger said black people in America are weeds.
Like,
that's what she said.
There's a lot of things that are encouraged. See, for me, when I think about people complaining about programs like um
What, EBT?
no, complaining about, yeah, the EBT programs, or complaining about Section 8 coming to an end as we knew it.
Yeah.
Um all of that, I when I think about that, for me, the thing that bothers me most is I don't understand why we're so fond of it, because the Section 8 program was never for families. That program divided families. You couldn't have a man in your house. See, that's how they lured people in, and that's how they broke our community up. Imagine being a man in love with a woman and having children, and she gets to live in this decent housing in this decent neighborhood, and she gets to have this, but only if you're not around.
Well, originally it wasn't even for black Americans. It was mainly for white families, and then
And then they changed the rules.
they started creating suburbs, and then they start
Yeah.
Then they allowed blacks into certain
But
sections.
only if the head of your house, the man, was not around. It created a society of broken homes.
Yeah. Well,
And it also lessened the want for people to get married as well.
right. Less families.
Less families. Like everything. Like I don't and so for me, when I hear that these programs are coming to an end, I think it's great.
It is.
I think it's great because I know the harm that it's done. I know what it's encouraged.
Can I
See,
can I say something?
sure.
Take a shot. My punk ass sister, she made a comment about me making some payments and stuff. I'm like, well, you need to be mindful. You need to be paying your worry about your Section 8. People it's a crutch. It's a crutch. It's not something that's gonna help you where down the line. I mean, unless you use it for its right reason. I've seen someone use it, bought themselves a house, and but that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Get you a great job. If a person was a CNA, RN, or whatever.
Understand this. I had a family member at one time who literally quit their job so that they didn't lose their section.
That's sad.
They got a promotion at their job and was going to lose their benefits and lose their Section 8 and have to pay full rent for where they were staying, and they quit their job.
That's horrible.
See, but when you get people used to being on a crutch, when you get people used to living in that gap, it's this is what's happened, and then let's not even talk about all of the AI videos that are fake. What I don't understand is we hit it on Celia.
Yep, we know.
We hit
Come back to the U.S. What? Come back to us in Africa. To Tunisia, whatever. That's a whole.
Tunisia.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation.
I ain't trying to go there. Cause I got an idea, I got a program, it'll work. But y'all ain't with it. That's all I got.
The funny thing is I honestly think, thank you. Well, thank you all for coming through. To all new members, even the spies, welcome. And to all the new subs, appreciate it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we hit 1K. We went it was a 100K. We did. We got there. I know some people thought that that would never happen. Um, and you know what? What a Sabbath blessing! What a Sabbath miracle! We might have to celebrate.
Mhm.
We did it. And I want to thank my producer for helping me get to this place because it hasn't been easy. For those of you who don't know, this is my eighth YouTube channel. My eighth. And I would appreciate if we could get these likes, replay gang coming through. If we could get these likes to at least 1K, that would be great. Yeah, we made it. We made it. We finally got here. So they said we thank you, Odell.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I for me it's this isn't just me. I couldn't have done it without him. And I'm so grateful for that. But you know what? Well, we made it. So I'm 55 L white man that wants to cuddle. Lord have mercy. Well, I hope you find somebody to help keep you warm. I mean, I know the winter is coming.
Well,
Cuffing season is in full effect.
there's a whole bunch of uh, EBT less women that'll be willing to cuddle.
If you gotta look, there's a homeless man that was just offered 1,000 different places to stay. If he can get put on, I know you can get
You
put
can
on.
at least get a snuggle
I'm
buddy.
trying to think what the auntie used to say. If you can crack an egg and spread a leg, you got a place to stay. You got some groceries over there. I'm sure you can get somebody. Come on through.
Cracking, crack an egg and spread it. Somebody like, don't keep your legs closed. You don't want none of that.
I'm serious because with everybody worried about food these days, I'm sure food is probably going to be a big aphrodisiac. Huge aphrodisiac. You got Ben and Jerry's too?
Man, give me my peace. I'd rather have peace than have a peace. Look out here, it ain't that
What are you
serious.
talking about? Peace.
No, I just said, most people now, it's not all about resources or what is it called? The things, the materials. It's like shit. Can you provide peace? That's for cracking an egg and spreading your legs.
Can you provide
Can you give me some peace? No. If you can't give me peace, then you can't be added to my lease. How about that? Shit.
You know what? I think everybody's got a checklist of what they want and what they don't want these days. And personally, in my opinion, I think that peace is self generated. And I think that whatever peace you have in yourself, it permeates. You know, that's what I think. But I get it. I mean, don't nobody want no riffraff in their life. It's Yeah, we live in strange times, y'all. Shabbat shalom to those who actually observe the
Yeah,
Sabbath.
people in Zealand hitting saying what's up.
Hey, I know it's Sabbath already. Yeah. It's over there already, and
I saw on my algorithm, yeah, a bunch of people all of a sudden in Jamaica, I guess because of the dang on hurricane.
Oh, we're Hurricane Watch.
It's a bunch of people just not doing nothing in Jamaica because of the hurricane. So they're looking for content.
They're looking for content, or they're
They're
looking to
just
watch.
watching. They're just
Oh,
watching.
okay, Okay. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. And I mean, I just think we all need to keep our eye out. But I am looking for a response. I am.
Well, she's doing live.
I need a response. I need a response regarding this. I
She's doing
do.
live soon. Matter of fact, real soon.
I need a response. And the truth is, all you Candyland supporters, y'all should want an answer too. Because if Kanye isn't trolling, if this isn't the greatest troll of the decade, and he's telling the truth, that means he made a lot of wild choices over the course of the past 7 years when he wasn't on his meds. And a good share of what he did, some of that he was doing with her. So,
The cold part about that video looked so crazy. Everybody thought it was AI. Everybody, if it was just one angle, and if the lighting was a certain way, people would have said it was AI. And he did two angles.
Did not look himself though.
He still didn't look
He didn't
himself.
look. He doesn't. He.
That's why I said pull up that the video, the picture you had at the beginning.
I guess we can close out with that one. Um. No, I mean it's just wild to me because it could just be the medication. It could just be. This was just so you guys know. This was found on TikTok. Fans are convinced they've uncovered the real Kanye West.
I mean, he did say if I'm out here not talking like I normally talk, know that they unalive me. And this guy looks like he just had a lobotomy. I mean, look at it. It looked like Kanye. It looked like he had a lobotomy. And they sent him out there, put him on the bench, like, here you go.
I'm not co-signing. I'm not saying that that's him or not. For all I know, that could be a mannequin that somebody put together and sat up there like that. But what I will say is nobody believed when Andre 3000 was in Dallas for those years before he left to go to the Far East to get away. Nobody believed. They didn't want to believe that it was actually him down there on Griffin Street Bridge playing that flute, looking like a vagrant. Nobody wanted to believe that. I what I will say is that as the days go by, I am I won't say dumbfounded or confused in any way. Um, I won't say concerned either. I'm vigilant. I'm paying close attention to what's going on right now. My heart does go out to him a little bit though. A little bit. It goes out to him because to make this kind of hard course correction after everything that he's been through and everything that he's done, I think we sometimes people hit their breaking point. Trust me, I understand the pressure. I know what it's like to stand up against the system, and I know what it's like to stand up for yourself against the system. But see, the difference between me and a Kanye or any of the other entertainers that want to call themselves going up against the system is I'm not expecting for the system to give me anything. I'm not expecting for them to keep paying me. I'm not expecting for them to keep allowing me to get booked. I'm not expecting them to, like that's the funny thing. A lot of people think that they can a lot of people think that they don't have to give it all up. They don't have to walk away from it all. And there just comes a certain point in time in your life where you have to believe that if you truly believe in God, like if you truly believe in the God that I serve, if you truly, you have to know that He gonna make it happen for you as He sees fit. What is the profit of man to gain the world and lose his soul? Money's not everything. Um, don't get me wrong. There's a certain figure that we're aiming for our company to be able to do certain things. But I truly do believe that God has the ability to make that happen. It's the patience. And I think that's where a lot of people get trapped up. I think they want that immediate they want it to happen when they want it to happen. They have plans or they have things that they want to keep or things that they don't want to part with. And sometimes God takes everything away so that He can give you what He wants you to have. And usually it's so much better than what you've ever had before. So yeah, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. It's been a hoot. And we made it today. We made it to 100,000. Thank you for everybody that showed up. Thank you for everybody that's here. Um, Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the new members, even salute to the natural one. I haven't seen her here, but salute. Do we have any other?
But that later echo, young Q, young, I don't know, echo, there's a bunch of people.
Salute to all of our members, our family here. And of course, our next live will be a members only live. So to the new subscribers, if you want to continue to keep
Well, you should
talking
do
in
a
the
members
chat and all of
only,
that,
just do a member,
well,
not
we are
just the
definitely,
members only, just a live, just for the members anyway.
we're going to have to do a 100K celebration.
Just for the members?
And we'll be doing one for the members, and then maybe we'll do one public. We got to figure out what we will do. We actually hit it. I'm not sure how we do that, but I think we need to figure that out. I think that could be great. I think it's gonna look. We gotta put it together. We made it. We did it, guys. So yeah. On that note, we out of here. I'm gonna finish eating my food, and that's cold. And peace out to Tennessee. And is there anything else? Yeah, I think we're done. All right, y'all. Until next time. I want to yell and I want to scream, but I don't want to yell and I don't want to scream. So